Hello everyone, welcome back to Code Enzyme, and in this video I'm going to discuss this problem, construct permutation. Now before starting this video, I would like you to hit that like and subscribe button, as majority of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel and it doesn't cost you anything, but it will help me a lot. Now let's first read the problem statement. You are given integers n and k and we want to find a permutation such that the sum of length n, find a permutation p of length n such that, so we want to calculate the sum of prefix of maximum of pj minus maximum of py, like that. So prefix max minus prefix min, something like that, and we want to find the sum of this. If there exists a multiple p, then you can print anyone. Otherwise, you can report that it is not possible. Now let's first understand the sample test cases. Okay, so first we have 1 and 0. So we have 4 integers, 1 and 0. So we want to have 1, this is the correct answer for this, like, because 1 minus 1 is 0, so I think this will work. So we can print 1. In the next test case we have 1 1. So obviously if I have a 1, then summation of 1 minus 1 is 0, from 0 to 1, right? So that will always give me a 0. So no such permutation exists, so we have to print a minus 1 for this case. And in this test case 2 comma 0, there will be none such possible. Then 3 4 1. So we want to have 3 numbers, so 1 2 3, whose okay, so first I can place a 1 here, then I have to place a 2, I have to place a 3, then a 2, because these two will give me a difference of 2. Then in this prefix, like for the whole array, the maximum is 3 and minimum is 1, so that this will also give me a plus 2 here, and the total sum is 4. So we can create a permutation whose sum is 4. So I can print 1 3 2. Okay, now let's discuss the approach. Okay, so for any permutation we have jumbled numbers from 1 to n, right? And obviously if I have a permutation of length 1, so the first element will always give me an answer of 0. Okay, now since my first element will always give me an answer of 0, and since I want to find the sum of max minus min, so what I can do is I can first fix my min to 1, because if I have permutation of length n and I say I am placing a 1 here, then my minimum is always fixed, right? So that is that. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to fix my 1. So this summation, that maximum prefix 0 till I minus 1, so it will become this equals to k, right? So what I can do is summation of maximum of prefix I equals to k plus n, so it will become something like this, right? So now we want to solve for this, so I changed my problem a bit. Okay, now we have this, or I think I will just keep it like this. Let's say my problem is still this. Now one thing you can observe, like if I have 1, then let's say 2 3 4 5, let's say for 5, so this will give me a plus 1, because 2 minus 1, this will give me a plus 2, this is the prefix maximum, then plus 3 and plus 4, right? And if I make any other permutation where 5 is not the last element, or 4 is not the second last element, let's say I shift 4 to here, then 1 4 2 3 5, if I have this permutation, then you will see that this contributes a plus 3, this also contributes a plus 3, this also contributes a plus 3, and the last prefix will contribute a plus 4. So clearly this will give me minimum, right? A sorted array of 1 to 5 will give me the minimum value of k. So this is simply the sum of 1 to 4, which is equals to n minus 1, which is equals to nc2, right? So n minus 1 into n upon 2. So this is the minimum value. So this is the minimum value, and for maximum value I can simply place 1 comma 5 in the first and the rest of the elements 2 3 4. So this will give me a plus 4, this will give me a plus 4, this will give me a plus 4, and that will also give me a plus 4. So minimum value is simply nc2, that is n into n minus 1 upon 2, and maximum value is simply n minus 1 square. Okay, so this is the minimum value and this is the maximum value. Now that we know, like if my k is less than minimum, then I can print a -1. If my k is greater than maximum, then I can print a -1. Okay. Now let's try to construct a permutation. Let's try to understand this with an example. Let's say if we have n equals to 6, and we want to find the answer for k equals to let's say 20. Okay. So I mean this is not very trivial, but okay. So we want to have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I fix my first to 1. Okay. Uh, I mean, how do we go about this? Like, if you think so, instead of creating the permutation directly, what I can do is I can first try to make the summation array. Uh, like if my starting value will be 0 because it doesn't contribute anything. Now what can I do? Like okay, first we have this. Now like in the minimum we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This is the minimum I can get, and the sum is 5 into 6, 30, and sum is 15. So minimum sum I can get is 15, right? Now I can try to increase this. Like if I what I can do is I can first change this to 5. I can also change this to 5. So the sum is so the sum will become 5 plus 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Now I can't change this to 5, right? Sorry. Now I can't change this number to 5. Otherwise, my sum will become 2 plus 3, which is my sum will increase by 3, and it will become 21. But what can I do? I can change this number to a 4, right? So I'm just increasing my last numbers to the maximum that I can get. So I will change this to 0, 1, 4, 5, 5, and 5. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 15, 15 plus 5 is 20. So correspondingly, if I try to make the array from this, it will become first I have fixed my 1, then 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1 is 2, right? So this will give me a difference. Then I can say, okay, let's put my 5 here, 5 here. Then I put a 6, and the rest of the numbers don't matter. I can put the rest of the numbers that were not in my prefix here. So 3 was missing, then 4 was missing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the rest of the numbers here, and these will contribute plus 15. This will contribute a plus 4. This will contribute a plus 1, and that is how I can form my answer. So I hope you were able to understand this through this example, right? Now let's try to code this up, and I think you will be able to better understand it when I code it. Okay, so let's see. First we have two numbers, int n and k. See in n and k. Okay, and obviously I said, okay, minimum is equals to n into n minus 1 upon 2, and my maximum will be n minus 1 square. So I can say n minus 1 times n minus 1. And now I can say if k is less than mn or k is greater than mx, then we need to simply print -1 and return, right? Okay, now we have this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to construct this this array that I said here. Okay, so let's name this array A. So for I in range 1, A dot pushback I. Okay, I mean currently the sum is n into n minus 1 upon 2, right? So currently my minimum sum is this, and my array looks like, I think I will start from 0 and go till n. Okay, and my array looks like this. So I will even show you. Let's say debug, and one test case 6, 20. Okay, so I will also show you how this is going. So debug A, and I will also show you the current sum. Okay, so current sum is 15, and my array looks like this. Now I will go in reverse direction, just like I did here. I'm going in reverse direction, and I am adding my number. So let's say the minimum number that I need to add is what? A of I minus n minus 1 minus A of I. So I can either add this, the minimum of this, or what can I add? Because I don't want it to exceed this thing, the sum, right? So minimum minus k. So I don't want to do like this. I don't want to exceed the sum. So like that. And now I can say a of I plus equals to x, and mn plus equals to x. So I think this should work. So let's say debug mn and debug a. Okay. In the end, I think I did something wrong here. Otherwise, it should be k minus mn, not mn minus k, I think. And that's where I went wrong. So my mn becomes this array, 0, 1, 4, 5, 5, 5. Okay. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 4, 5, 5, 5. So I've created this array, and now I want to create this array. So for this, I need to mark, I need all. For this, I also need to mark the elements that I have not added, right? So I can say, let's say, vector bool mark n plus 1 of elements, and initially let it be false. Okay. Now since I have this array, what I can do is, since I am also creating my answer for I in range n. Okay. Also my answer is starting from 1, right? So I am starting from 1, so 1 is already there in my array, so I can say mark of 1 equals to true. Okay. Now I need to get my x. X is equals to 1 plus a of I, and I want to put this in my array. So answer dot pushback x, and I want to mark this as, so mark of x equals to true. And if mark of n minus 1, so if I have already if mark of n, so if I have already inserted the last element, that was 6 in this that was 6 in the array, then I want to break out of this loop, and after this I want to add all the unmarked elements in my array. So for I in range 1 to n, if not mark I, answer dot pushback I, and then for int x in answer, cout x with a space, and then cout ender. So I'm getting 1 1. Why am I getting extra 1? Because, okay, let's see. My mark of 1 was true. I think I should start from 1 here. Otherwise it will give me some errors. Okay, so 1, 2, 5, 6, and then the rest of the elements don't really matter. Let's try to run this and see. So that passed, and now we can simply submit this. I will remove my debug template, otherwise it will make my code longer. Yeah, let's try to submit this and see if it is working. So I got a correct answer, and if you are able to understand this, kindly like this video, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time. Thank you.